Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you to my presentation about challenges, solutions, and ecosystems around the industrial Internet of Things. My name is Hendrik Nieweg. I work for company Device Insight based in Munich, and I will present you some of the challenges and some of the players within the market and give you an overview about what is about industrial IoT and what are the differences between the industrial IoT. So first of all, I would like to give you an overview about what Device Insight does, who we are, and then I will dig into the differences between industrial IoT and IoT. So from our perspective, there are some differences. And I would also like to motivate why companies look into industrial IoT and what are the main reasons why those companies really look into solutions around IoT. Afterwards, I will give you an example of industrial IoT in practice. So what one of our customers did in industrial IoT, and I will close my presentation with lessons learned and an outlook also to see where we stand today. What are the key features? What are the key reasons for industrial IoT? And also give you an outlook where we see where the market will go in the near future. So let's talk about Device Insight. We are an industrial IoT and IoT service provider based in Munich, and we've been established in 2003 with the aim to provide IoT solutions or machine-to-machine communication solutions for our partners and for our clients within the environment of machines and vehicles and so on. Some short words about myself. My name is Hendrik Nieweg. I'm responsible for solutions. So myself and my team, we are responsible for pre-sales consulting and pre-sales engineering. So basically what we do, we gather information, we gather requirements from our clients, and we then translate them into requirements that then we can give into development and build large-scale solutions for our customers. From my background, I have a degree in mechanical engineering and business administration, and I focus on Industry 4.0 applications. So my main expertise lies within the IoT solution design, building architectures, discussing those architectures, and bringing them to life at the customer side. And I also focus largely on industrial IT solutions and also on standards. So Device Insight. As I said before, we are a company based in Munich. We now have around 100 IoT experts building IoT applications, most of them nowadays as cloud applications. We've been in the market for 17 years now, and we realized over 150 projects to date. Since 2019, we are part of the KUKA family, and now we also provide our expertise, our IoT development capabilities also to KUKA. So we build Industry 4.0 and IoT applications for KUKA, but not only for KUKA, we also provide our solutions to other customers as well. Over our history at Device Insight, we've connected roughly 1 million devices so far. So not only robots, obviously, but everything from vehicles to smart vending machines. So we have a broad field of expertise within IoT, and this is what we've done over the last years. So our approach, what do we do at Device Insight, and what really is our main goal at Device Insight. If we look at our customers, they build products, and they build smart products, and they get smarter all the day. And we build the corresponding IoT solutions for those customers. This is the aim of Device Insight, and what we can offer to the market. When we talk about IoT solutions, there are at least two dimensions. So first of all, you can look into what an IoT solution really consists of. So first of all, you have to look into the asset connectivity. So if you design a smart product today, you will have some kind of accessibility on the device. You have interfaces that you can connect on, and then you would like to gather the information from the device and send it to some kind of higher level cloud architecture. So this is what we understand at asset connectivity. The next thing is data management. If you gather data from not only one device, but from couple of hundred, couple of thousands, tens of thousands devices, you need capabilities of managing this data. So it really, you have necessity to give access rights to the data, to leverage all the data, and this is what we understand from data management. If you build IoT solutions, you really have to think about what do you want to achieve with this solution. So you look into what kind of applications do you want to create with the data, and this is what we see as the application part within an IoT platform. So really, not only gathering the data, this is the foundation, this is the groundwork you have to do, but then you will build upon that, and those applications at the end of the day, those are the value drivers that you create within an IoT framework, and this is what we understand as applications. If you gather data from machines, you will create a huge environment of data. So you are building data lakes of data, historical data from months in the history, or maybe even years back, and this is really valuable information that you are gathering and that you are creating from all your machines that are standing at your customer site, not only in your test lab, but really working machines at your customers. And what you want to do is you want to analyze this data, and this is what we understand at analytics. So basically, this is what an IoT platform or what an IoT framework is all about. Why are you doing that? And how do we do that? We see ourselves as kind of 360-degree service provider within IoT. So when we start in an IoT project, there's always the necessity to consult your client, to gather the ideas, to gather the requirements from your customer, what he really wants to achieve with an IoT solution. So IoT is, you won't implement a large-scale IoT platform only for having an IoT platform, but you really want to address specific use cases, and this is what we see as consulting. We as a solely software provider, we also see the need for connectivity to devices, and in some cases, or in a lot of cases, you need specific hardware to gather the data from the machines. And this is also very important for us. We can integrate hardware from different vendors, from different partners, and this integration job is very important when you talk about asset connectivity. And we don't see a one-fits-all solution in asset connectivity. You really have to look into what are the basic requirements for your machine and how to get the data from the machine in a very cost efficient and very durable and usable way. After creating the use cases, gathering all the information from the customer, we then transform those requirements in some kind of requirements that we then can hand over to development partners. Those development teams can come from Device Insight, but they can also come from our clients, but also from external partners. So this is basically what pre-sales engineering and requirements engineering is all about. If we have developed the solution at the end of the day, you also have to think about how to operate, how to run your solution, because building IoT solutions is often quite a time-consuming thing, because you have a lot of interfaces, not only to machines, but also internal interfaces within your organization. You have to address your service, your marketing team. Everybody is some kind of stakeholder in this solution. So this makes it a bit of time-consuming at times, and so you really have to think about how to operate those applications over a couple of years, maybe. And this is what we can also provide, or what we also do together with our clients. If customers then, if the solution then is up and running, end customers, sometimes they have questions regarding the solution. Maybe they want to change their password. They have questions regarding special functionality that was built into the platform. This is what our support team is all about. And at the end of the day, we really want to work with the data together with our clients to bring in the specialists who are really the domain experts and who really know who have the deepest knowledge of the machines that we have connected. And this then leads to those analytics, to data science, and also to the possibility to bring in machine learning. So really, this is the goal that you all aim to. But first of all, you have to build the foundation of that. So why do companies really look into IoT? So, and maybe also, what are the differences between IoT and industrial IoT? Why should not only manufacturers of machines, but also operators look into the possibilities that IoT are all about? So, when we see the main drivers behind IoT, so from a production standpoint, you look into cost savings, first of all. So you can look into process efficiency and also transparency of your already implemented production process or processes that you have. And you want to get the data, you want to collect all the data from your assets on the shop floor, and get in the first place, get transparency of what is really happening at the end of the day on your shop floor. If you look into your service, you see from time to time you have to take machines out of service to start a service process, for example, and there are always the ideas: can I really schedule those service service requests so that at the end of the day I can lower my downtimes? I don't have any unscheduled downtimes, and then what then can lead to higher efficiency and higher productivity, obviously. Now, when I look into coming from the IoT part more as a manufacturer of machines and goods, what can IoT bring for me? So first of all, it can generate new revenue streams. So if I think, for example, about not only selling my machines, but maybe renting my machines or running my machines at the customer in environments such as pay-per-use, for example, or even equipment as a service, then I need the connectivity to those machines. I need the information about the machines, how they are performing, how many operating hours they have already worked. I need this information, and the foundation for that is IoT. So first of all, I have to connect those machines, I have to gather the information, and then upon that, I can build my new business models, I can build my new revenue streams as well. Then, obviously, IoT nowadays, in some cases, is a basic requirement from customers. So maybe a couple of years ago, it was totally fine to sell non-connectable machines, so dumb machines, because they were very good, they were very efficient, and have very good operating times and so on. But nowadays, more and more customers, they ask specifically for connectable machines to get the advantages such as remote service, for example, or even those new revenue models such as equipment as a service. So you really need IoT also as a competitive edge. It's not only being the first mover now and getting IoT, but now it is some kind of hygiene factor. You really have to have IoT. Not everywhere, but it's coming into more and more machines and domains as we see. And the last thing is with IoT, you get what we call customer proximity. So what in marketing is also called customer centricity. You really get more insights in what are your customers really doing with the machines? How are they utilizing your machines? Maybe what are their struggles with their machines as well? So this is very important, because in the old days, you may have done some research with your friendly customers, for example, but this is always a bit of biased. And if you're gathering the machines, the machine data, you really get 100% unbiased information from the machine, and this is very valuable, because you could use this also not only for optimizing your machines that are already in the field, but also getting the information, putting it into research and development, and building even better machines, more suitable to your customer needs in the future. So why is IoT and Industrial IoT currently implemented? So this is some information about from a research, from a study, and specifically for Industrial IoT, you see it's all about efficiency. So cost-efficient production is the most important driver for customers, why they are implementing Industrial IoT right now. But also other things are very important. For example, productivity increase. So if you are running your already implemented production facility with cell production, line production, or single production, maybe you want to get the extra in productivity with what you already have in place. Then, of course, you want to predict when something has to go in service, for example. This is what we understand with predictive maintenance. It's not only always about do you want to predict when something breaks, but it can also be to predict when you have to maintain your machines and maybe schedule them correspondingly, so you have only one downtime, service all the machines on your shop floor, and then you are ready to go for the next couple of weeks, couple of months. This is also very important. The last things are more about the things about flexibility in your production. So, for example, shorter setup time. If you're looking into things such as simulation, first of all, you want to simulate the data, how your factory, how your plant will work. Then you will build the machines, you will integrate this, and then you want to compare how does your simulation work to what you really got, and maybe there are some benefits to be found that you had in simulation, but it's not corresponding to what you get on the field. The last things are more obviously monitoring and also reduction of energy cost. You could leverage IoT platforms also for gathering data about your energy consumption. And maybe in a lot of cases there are still optimization things or optimization points to be found just by leveraging IoT platform or IoT solutions, but also filling them with energy data. So we don't see this as different things, but energy is one of the main data drivers also in IoT. And obviously, flexibility in production is very important. Customers require lower batch sizes. Everybody is talking about batch size 1. IoT can enable you or can help you to achieve those smaller batch sizes by making your machines more flexible, providing the data, providing the recipes down to the machines, the programs to the machines. All this is something that you could use IoT for. I talked a lot about IoT and IIoT, and I differentiate between those. And I want to explain why I see there's a difference and why the recipes from IoT, who are very successful without any doubt, are not 100% applicable to industrial IoT, and why you would have a bit of a different approach to industrial IoT. So when we talk about IoT, you have some kind of a vertical integration. Coming from a machine vendor who will provide an IoT solution, he will build smart products, the forklift, the robot, the vending machine, something like that, the vehicle. And he can then create an IoT solution for this specific type of device. So you will have use cases centered around this type of machine, and you will have a vertical integration from the machine through the connectivity layer into the cloud platform, and running applications that are applicable 100% for this type of machine. This is what IoT is all about. If we talk about IIoT, industrial IoT, we are more looking into the value chain, into what is happening on the shop floor. So we have more of a focus on the overall value chain within my factory, within my production site, and we see that goods are produced on the shop floor, and also the data runs through the shop floor in a kind of a horizontal way and not in a vertical way. So this is a big difference between IoT and IIoT. And also what I also would like to point out is that in IIoT, the assets that you have to work with are a bit different because you will have a heterogeneous network of machines, not only from one vendor, but from various vendors who are locally integrated in your production process. So this is one of the differences. You also have different KPIs that you really want to focus on, overall equipment efficiency and so on. So those are the main drivers why you look into IIoT and why the use cases from IoT doesn't work 100% in industrial IoT. So when I think about what does it mean for myself as an operator, so I see on my shop floor, for example, here in Augsburg, I see there I have machines from the who's who from the machine builders from Germany, but also worldwide. So I have a lot of I have very good equipment on my shop floor, and I want to connect ideally all my assets into one network. And then I have really a lot of possibilities how to do that. I have my MES systems, for example. They interact with my machines. Some of the machines, they come also already with IoT platforms in place, so I could leverage this. And then I could think about, oh, maybe I will build something by myself. I can go to one of the cloud providers, for example, and build my IoT platform or my industrial IoT platform by myself. And if I really look into that, I see there's this kind of a network. Everybody is working with the other one. So machine builder A is utilizing the IoT platform B, and this is running on a cloud platform C. And so there's no really joint approach to that. And as an operator, this is a bit of a struggle for myself, and I really have to look into what can I do. So when I see IoT or IIoT ecosystems, you have at least 3 different levels what you could look into, and how you want to address those. So first of all, you would have some kind of the IoT platforms as a service. So this is basically where the cloud providers are most capable in. So they provide services globally, highly scalable to run your workloads on. So if you want to have highly scalable, globally available databases, for example, you could go to the cloud provider, and they really have a lot of capabilities and tools and so on for that. The second part would be more those software-defined products, where you will have IoT platforms and toolboxes that can run on the lower level. Those are platforms that you could also leverage for your IoT platform. And the third step, where also we as Device Insight take part in, is system integration. So those system integrators, they utilize level 2 and level 3, what is available on the market, and they build specific applications for IoT requirements for operators, but also for machine builders. So this is a bit of looking into from generic resources more to higher specialized tools and so on. If you want to go in the direction of building your IT platform, how do you do that? Our advice would be, don't think too much, or don't think in the first place too much about technology, but first of all, think about what are your business models, and also what are your use cases that are most important for your IoT endeavor. So this would be at least our advice. Look into what you really want to achieve, and afterwards think about what is most suitable in the market to provide the services to building that. So you in the past, more and more a lot of projects were more technology driven. So looking into what's available on the market and what can I do with what's on the market. Nowadays, you really have to more look into what you want to achieve, because one of the main questions nowadays is, what is the proof of value? Not only the proof of concept. I think proof of concept is easy, because you can prove that technological something will be possible. Yes, I think this is clear. But nowadays, you really have to look into how can we really make money out of that? How are there business models behind what we want to achieve with IoT? And this is really what we would like to point out, and what we would really like to propose to you. If you have defined your business models, your use cases, then you look into more the technological aspects of that. So what kind of applications do you want to build? What kind of data protocols do you need in your application? Do you need visualization on what kind of devices and so on? So then you will start to go into more technological detail. But what you also would have to look into is what are your main personas who will use your applications. That is very important, because if you only focus on one persona, for example, only the internal service, then you won't address external customers, the end customer, for example, with the same solution, because the requirements, the use cases are totally different. So first of all, make some kind of a persona map, really look into who will use your applications, and then build your application correspondingly. As I said before, you have different approaches how to build your application. So if you look into the portfolio, for example, of the cloud provider, as an example here, we see some of the services, for example, available on Microsoft Azure. You see a lot of services, and they are by themselves very good, very efficient, and so on. But you need something in between, some kind of glue code between those that then provide you with the application that you really need at the end of the day. And our advice would be to look into how to do the right composition of those services that at the end of the day will give you your IoT platform. And this is our approach, how we see the IoT market right now. You have those components, you will compose them into the IoT platform, and you need some glue code in this as well. Coming from more the generic question of how does this all fit into my digitization vision? You have to look into, first of all, can you approach some kind of platform strategy? Not only talking about IoT platform or cloud platform, but also on different levels, maybe even on your machine level. Can you get some kind of platform, software platform, hardware platform, firmware platform that then offers comparable interfaces to all your machines? This opens up the possibilities to connect all your future machines into the same applications. So this is what we understand of platform strategies. Next thing would be collaboration with your partners. Don't try to reinvent the wheel all the time by yourself. Look into the market. Who are your partners within your environment? Maybe who are comparable companies who have the same challenges right now, and maybe work together with them. So maybe your core competency is not building software systems, but you are a machine builder. So why don't you look into the market? Who are the people who can help you build your IT systems for you if this is not your core competency? Then one thing I would like to really point out, look into standards, look into ecosystems. You can build proprietary solutions, obviously, but we've seen in the past that those solutions, in some cases, they hinder the interoperability between partners, for example, because you define your own data model, and it's complicated to educate other partners why you have done something like that. And if you have the possibility to use standards, at least think about them. And if you decide against using standards, then do this. But you really have to be aware of your decision. And then at the end of the day, really the last thing is bring in the customer centricity into your solution. Don't try to build only IT-driven or technology-driven applications. Really look into who are the personas who wants to use my applications and build the application for them. Now I would like to talk about one of our customers who we helped with their journey. within building an IoT or industrial IoT application. And this is a company called Rafi, well known in the industrial environment. So they build industrial lights, buttons, and also panels for machines and so on. And they identified a challenge. They've seen that in a lot of industrial processes, we are still inefficient in a way, and we want to be more flexible. And so they thought about their solution. They wanted to build this solution based on an IoT platform, but with smart devices, and bring this to the market. So what they built is called KISS.me. It stands for Keep It Simple and Manage Everything. So this is the idea of this solution by Rafi. And so it has these three parts. It has the IoT platform in the middle, but also the button box. So with processing power already included, and with connectivity, and also the light systems also with connectivity approach included. And the IoT platform gives you the possibility to create workflows, for example. It gives also the user possibility to integrate this into your manufacturing process via APIs, and so on. So those are the ideas behind this solution. So the key features of the solutions are the dashboards, for example. You can create KPIs from comparable dump devices such as a button. You can create even KPIs on this basis of data. You get the possibility in a self-service way for your customer to create your own workflows with the buttons and with the combination of different buttons and different lights. And obviously, for the end customer, there are some there's value in that, but also for Rafi, it opened up for them new markets, obviously, because now Rafi is seen as a very important provider of intelligent devices, not only for the industrial market, but also for logistics, for example. And also it provided for Rafi the possibility to sell their solution in an as-a-service model. So going from manufacturing devices, but also in the direction of offering this additional as-a-service with additional functionality. So, as a lessons learned, to close this up, I would like to point out once again: think about what you want to achieve. Don't think about proof of concepts. Think about proof of value. You really have to look into what are your use cases of your solutions. Why do you want to build that, and how do you want to make money at the end of the day with that? How to finance your ideas. This is very important for me. Then ask your personas who have to work with the solution, and so on. Then our advice would be: think about composition of your solution and not only of configuration of the solution. So IoT is always kind of a journey. You will start somewhere, and over your time of your development, you will build more and more ideas into your solution. And if you start with the composition approach, you have very broad possibility chances for that. Then embrace standards. As I said before, really look into what's in the market, who are the right partners for yourself, see what's available, who you want to work together with, because proprietary systems can be some kind of struggle from times. And now with that, I'd like to close my my presentation. And if you have any questions regarding IoT, industrial IoT, feel free to contact us every time, so all the times at Device Insight, but also to our specialists and colleagues at KUKA. Thank you for attention.
Industrial intelligence.